Hello, Bethlehem Baptist Church. This is Pastor Dean, and welcome to our 19th day of Advent, our 19th Advent devotion. Today is Thursday, December the 21st. Today we continue our narrative with the wise men, Matthew chapter 2, verses 11 and 12. They have now come to the house where Mary, Joseph, and the young child is, and let's see what happens. They sought to worship Jesus. Notice this. And when they had come to the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshiped him. And they opened their treasures, and they presented gifts to him, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Then, being divinely warned in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed for their own country another way. They sought to worship. We looked at a few days ago how wise men still seek the Lord. It was a long journey, over a year. They get to Jerusalem, down to Bethlehem, and their search, their journey has now been rewarded. They love the Lord. They seek to worship him, this new King of the Jews, the Messiah. They sought to worship Jesus. Look at verse number 11, by bowing down. Upon entering the house, they saw the child, and in recognition of his person, they bowed down and worshiped him. This homage was given to the one born to be king and had the right to rule. Evidently, the revelation from God to them in their home country had indicated the destiny of this person. Out of 60 New Testament uses for the word worship, more than half appear in the Gospels, and in the writings, we discover that Jesus himself is the fulfillment of worship. They're journeying. It's just like life. We are journeying. It gets dark. It gets weary. We're following the revelation that God gives us through his word, and we come to the end of our journey someday, and we see the Lord face to face, and we worship him. What amazing analogy there. They also seek to worship him by offering him gifts. Verse 11, they present him with gold, frankincense, and myrrh, were tributes to the nations, to the one who was born king, in a recognition of the prerogatives to which he had been set aside by God himself. Presenting treasures to him befits a king. They present him gold. Gold symbolized him as king, paying him tribute, as was the custom in those days. They gave him frankincense to symbolize him as God. They honored God with the smoke of incense. Frankincense is a gum resin, one of the ingredients of incense mixed with fragrant substances, has an effect of increasing the odor and fixing it longer. And they gave him myrrh to symbolize a man that should die. For myrrh was used in embalming dead bodies. It was perfume for embalming as well as for holy anointing oil. Once the wise men found Jesus, they found the truth at the end of their quest, and they worshiped him. Do you find time in your day to worship the Lord? Do you have anything to give back to him? Your tithe, your talents, your time, etc. The idea here is surrender. Not my way, Lord, but your way. Not my will, but your will. With ourselves, we must give up all that we have to Jesus Christ. John chapter 4, Jesus talks to the woman at the well. But the hour comes, and now is, where true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeks such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. To worship him means to give him the honor he truly deserves. We can do that by giving him our time, our talent, our treasure, our gifts. There are many things in life that you would just simply give to him, the God. He can use them, and we use as an act of worship. Here is the essence and spirit of Christmas: worshiping the Lord in spirit and truth and giving your all to him. What do you have that you can give to God? When the wise men saw the star, they rejoiced. They knew they were going to see Jesus. In like manner, if we love him with all of our heart and all our soul and mind and strength. In closing, know that God does not leave us here on earth to wander around in darkness. Instead, he directs us every step of the way. His guidance is as real and as obvious as the magnificent star that led the wise men to Jesus. God can direct you in knowing his will for your life. Now, while we may not see a star above our heads, God is still leading from his word which guides us to his will. I thought about one more thing as we close up this 19th day of Advent. The wise men came to Bethlehem to show the universal impact of his coming, to show the indifference of his people, to show the true nature of his life and ministry, to show his providential care of his Father's treasure, and to show the significance of his person. What a thought. Wise men still seek the Lord. Thank you so much for watching. I hope and trust you have a great day. God bless you.